Although, since, Steve, since these videos feature both me, Chris, and Zip together, I certainly hope that they get more views.
That's actually a question that I would most certainly ask myself as well. But anyway, on to the topic at hand. For those of you that are very confused, I'm not actually. You know what? Forget it. All right, we are basically all here to we were having a really good conversation here, guys, about Ultimate Alliance 3, and I think that'd be fun to also get you, our loyal subscribers, involved with this, just for at least the hardcore comic book nerds and geeks alike. Now, we were all talking, okay, what are some characters and what are parts of Ultimate Alliance 3 that we would love to see? And I know for you, Zip, you were talking about how you would love to see like more cosmic characters like Nova and like Quasar and Drax the Destroyer.
Guardians of the Galaxy, things like that. Even Thanos, I don't think they would put Thanos in there because he's such a big boss type character. But I like to see him in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they put in freaking. Well, I mean, they had you fighting Galactus in the first game, so it's not like that would be too much of a problem if Thanos is real big.
No, I'm not talking about size. I'm talking about like as in like the ultimate boss of the game. Like who would be the big bad you gotta face at the end, Like I can't see him being like a sub boss or something.
Definitely characters to kick around. It's like, okay, it's like ones that would plausibly be able to be in the game. It's like the Guardians would make definitely some great NPC characters to talk to, especially have just like a little like goofy sequence where you're fighting alongside Rocket Raccoon. That would just, to me, would be hilarious.
God.
I think he's gonna be in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie too.
That'll be great. But what would be some cosmic characters to kind of wrap this portion up? But what's the one cosmic character that each of you want to actually see the most? And if there were in Ultimate Alliance 3, if they started doing cosmic characters, like hero or villain, like one that would be plausible, one that you would like to play as.
That we would like to play as.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. I can think of one actually. Ronan the Accuser. That's one character I'd really love to play as. And Ronan the Accuser and maybe... Who else? Damn it. Who else is there besides Ronan that are cosmic superheroes? Oh, how about a Captain Marvel? Marvel.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I was going to say
Richard Rider, of course.
Although they're both Kree, but they're both Kree, so I guess that wasn't too creative on my part.
I got one. Adam Warlock.
Of course, Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock.
Damn it, why didn't I think of that?
Let's see, Richard Rider, Nova, is definitely one that I keep pushing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Zip?
We said Quasar, didn't we?
Yeah, we already said Quasar.
Pretty much everybody already said who I want to say. I was going to say Silver Surfer, but that's kind of obvious. I mean...
Yeah, it's the most obvious one.
Yeah,
How about Gladiator?
Is a bit too famous. I think that the object of this game would be to bring in a lot lesser known characters.
That could definitely work, or fit in more like characters for like superhero teams, like for the Thunderbolts, for example.
Black Bolt? I know he's not really technically cosmic, but
actually, Black Bolt I could definitely see maybe working. But then again, you would have to try to bring in like Gorgon and Medusa and Crystal. It's like actually Crystal and Black Bolt I can actually more than likely see. Because it's like Crystal can control the elements, and Black Bolt's just Black Bolt. You don't need a reason.
Yeah, this all he needs to do is open his mouth, and it's pretty much over.
All he needs to do is just pretty much just like with that little tuning fork, just wah wah, and then just like throw a boulder at someone like fucking He-Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, since Black Bolt's most powerful weapon is his voice, I'm wondering what would it be like if, like, maybe Black Bolt could control that. So, like, maybe if Black Bolt like smacked his lips a little bit, like if he did that, then maybe that could be like a lethal killing attack to an enemy. That would be an interesting attack for him to have if he did like.
Or like an ultimate
That's
attack.
neat. Yeah, I never thought about that. I'm surprised they haven't done that before.
Yeah, like, because although it would have to be toned down, because like they said that, you know, even if Black Bolt so much as whispers, he could destroy half a planet.
But see,
yeah.
you know, that's one thing about Ultimate Alliance 1 that I think that they need to bring back is the extremes, like their ultimate power moves. It's like I always enjoyed those. In Ultimate Alliance 2, all we had was like the fusions. And that wasn't bad, but I kind of miss like the characters doing their own like epic individual attacks. So that would have to be brought back. Other like what would you see with like other team characters?
One character I think that would be an interesting sort of villain that wouldn't be the main villain, but be sort of a sub-villain that's very heavily involved in the story would maybe be Kang, the Conqueror.
That could actually work.
Because you can bring in with him, you can bring in the time travel stuff and all that. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
you could bring in a little bit of time travel.
Since the main villain I'd want to see in the game is a nihilist, so maybe Kang could team up with a nihilist to like go back to like the time of the Negative Zone, where Kang could try to recruit all of Annihilust's former alien race, the Tyanans, to like create a new annihilation wave that Annihilus can use to take over the Earth or something.
But you know what, though? It's like, I'm looking at other characters. Like, I was talking about the Thunderbolts a while ago, because it's like, all you had in Ultimate Alliance 2 was Songbird, Pinnace, Venom, Matt Gargan's Venom, and you also had Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, and it's like, you know, I would replace Norman Osborn. I would take him out of there, and I would actually replace him with Baron von Strucker's son, the second swordsman. And I would also put in Moonstone, Bullseye, Radioactive Man, and it's going to sound like an odd choice just a tad bit, but maybe Blizzard. Like, I think...
If you're going to put in Blizzard, I think you ought to put in the Ghost.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ghost could actually work too. Maybe even add Paladin. Why not? But, what's another character? Ooh, Black Widow. Black Widow was one that you got to play in the PSP version of Ultimate Alliance 1 of Ultimate Alliance 1, but you never ever got to actually play her in the main console version. So Natasha would definitely be one that I would eagerly want to put in there. Let's see, other characters. You know,
I think a cool, a really awesome sort of monster alien race that you could fight against. How about the Brood?
I take
that I agree with Chris. I would take that too. Actually, you know what? Here's something that I can get everyone involved in, because I feel like, you know, Zip and Chris are just kind of sitting here in the background, and I don't like people not feeling that they're not getting involved. But I'm actually gonna throw it I'm actually gonna start with Zip, then go with Chris, then basically go with you, Ian. But if you guys had to basically pick, what are at least for the X-Men characters, because you know the Ultimate Alliance games, they have to push the X-Men characters, but what are some X-Men characters that you guys would want to be playable?
Kitty
Wanna go first,
Pryde.
Okay.
Kitty Pryde for me. Who else? Did they have Colossus in the other one?
Yeah,
They had Colossus in Ultimate Alliance 1.
Okay, yeah.
For me, I would probably... This isn't really an X-Men character so much as a villain. Would that really count?
Yeah, I mean, you could add a few villains.
Well, I guess for the characters, I'd probably want to put in Archangel, maybe. Yeah, I think Archangel.
Put in Warren.
Yeah, having Warren Worthington with his metal wings, and
Actually,
for a villain, I would actually kind of want to see
no.
Silver Samurai.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
For
That's
me,
a character I could actually imagine playing as. Whereas a lot of other X-Men villains, like say Omega Red or Apocalypse, like those are characters I
All
can
right.
imagine playing as. All right, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Go on.
for me, as for X-Men, Rogue, definitely Rogue, definitely Rogue.
Of course, they wanted to actually add her, but they
I'll be
couldn't.
right back.
Rogue. I want Sam Guthrie, Cannonball, Domino.
Okay, Domino would definitely be one. I think for me, and of course, as stereotypical as it is, it's like his power move set, and they could also add some physical stuff in there. But of course, Scott Summers, Cyclops, Magneto. But I would actually also go, if I had to pick one X-Men villain that I would actually probably work, and it's gonna sound kind of really kind of slightly, just slightly out there, but I would probably go with Mastermind, actually, because I think Mastermind, he could actually, like some of his abilities would have the chance of confusing enemies, because have him have so actually, you know what? No, actually, you know what? Scratch that. Actually, you know what? Just scratch that completely. Even better, they could have what was that one guy that teamed up with Magneto? I cannot remember his name.
For what's the name of the storyline? Or
I can't remember it.
You
Damn.
remember what he looks like?
No, I know what he looks like, but I can't really. You know what? I'll actually maybe I'll come back to him. But actually, you know what? Juggernaut and Pyro. Actually, I think Pyro could actually probably work to a certain degree. If not him, then I almost said Firestorm. Sunfire, I mean. Sunfire could actually work as well. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm getting all confused. Okay. Juggernaut, Magneto, Cyclops, and Sunfire. There we go. That's actually the picks that I would do for the X-Men universe. But now,
I guess another X-Men related character I like to see is Domino. I like to see Domino be used.
Chris already said Domino.
Oh yeah, he did say her.
Yeah, he did.
They could per se have
Deathstrike. Did you say that?
Deathstrike. Huh? That's an interesting one.
she was a villain in Ultimate Alliance 2.
Let's see.
How about Havoc?
Havoc was definitely
Yeah.
one that they were thinking about making playable. Actually, you know what? It's gonna sound really weird for like the X-Men side. It's gonna sound really weird, but what about Bastion, that humanoid sentinel?
I would go with that. The one that killed Nike. Yeah. I was also even gonna go with, if you're gonna throw why don't you throw all the Summers brothers in there? Vulcan.
Ooh, now we're getting. All right, come on now, Chris. You're making shit get a little too real.
Yeah, why don't you put Vulcan? You're gonna have all the Summers brothers in there. Get Vulcan in there.
Maybe use the whole family and put Corsair into that group.
No way. No way. Although, you know what? That would actually be cool for Ultimate Alliance. Go back to the Shi'ar Empire and fight alongside Corsair. That would actually... I'd love to do that. I enjoyed that part of Ultimate Alliance 1.
What about the whole Starjammers? The whole group of them.
Yeah.
That would be even more epic.
Speaking of Shi'ar, another hero I would actually want to see playable is Gladiator.
Yeah. There you go.
That would actually...
That's another cosmic hero. I think that would be pretty cool.
That would be definitely very... There we go. Let's see if it'll actually... I really hate when it does this, when like you're doing something and then like the internet just randomly closes out for no apparent reason.
Yeah, mine goes in and out too. It's, I don't know. Mine's always saying server error.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like, what was it? Let's see, what was it? We had like Thunderbird and Warpath, I think was where we stopped at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Warpath and Thunderbird. You know, I think one more character that I would actually love to see from the X-Men universe, at least for me, and it's going to sound kind of a little out there, but at the same time, I think that would be a damn cool character to see, but X-Man, Nate Gray.
Oh, wow. That in a long time.
That's a bit obscure.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool, especially if you wanted to make Cable a playable character.
What about the whole Magneto family? Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Polaris.
I don't know how you would be able to pull off exactly Quicksilver in terms of his moveset, but Scarlet Witch, nah, I would definitely take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, her powers would be interesting to use.
Polaris would even be cool to see.
I wonder how they would do Wanda's powers.
Pretty much. They would probably try to do it a little bit like Doctor Strange, but they even wanted to do...
Actually, if we're talking about Wanda, then why not bring in her husband, the Vision?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's about time that Vision was playable in one of these games.
Which Vision? Old school Vision or Vision 2.0 that's on the Young Avengers?
The old Vision.
Okay.
Whiter downloadable or something.
We're talking about the old school, Chris. We're talking about the one that was in Ultimate Alliance 1.
Yeah, the one that you could talk to at Stark Tower.
The one that
that was at Avalon or Adelan.
But you could talk to Vision at Stark Tower.
Oh yeah, that's right. You actually could. And you know, damn it, that's one character that I actually want to see playable. Not just, because of his growth powers. Damn it, I want Hank Pym as a playable character. And two of his alternate costumes are going to be his Yellow Jacket outfit and his original Ant-Man costume.
Throw Janet in there, too.
What would be the regular costume that he would wear?
Actually, he would wear his Wasp outfit from Avengers Academy.
Oh, okay, you would want him in that. I thought you would want him in his Giant Man costume.
No, but I would actually have the Ultimate Giant Man as like an alternate costume, though.
I was gonna say mix them up, kind of like what they did with Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He can beat kind of both characters at the same time.
Maybe.
Because I think that'd be a little easier instead of just doing like an alternate costume that you gotta like get points to get and whatnot.
Although
I know he's not really a player. I like
in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. He is actually going to become Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, he's going to become Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, but we can discuss that at a later day. Now, what were you going to say, Chris?
You know, as much as I know he's not really much of a team player, but hey, how about Punisher?
You know what? Everybody, they alluded to Frank Castle. They alluded to him in the first game. They alluded to him in the second game. People always wanted him. You know what? In Ultimate Alliance 3, damn it, if I were doing the game, I would put Frank in there in a heartbeat. Because it's like, you know what? Many people wanted Danny in the game, and we finally got Iron Fist in number 2. So you know what? In number 3, we're getting Frank Castle. We're getting the Punisher.
Well, and if they could do that with Nick Fury in the first game, I think they could do that with Frank
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't want them to do that stupid-ass Franken-Castle bullshit.
Oh, hell no. None of that.
No. Actually, actually, I would have Frank in his, like, just plain, like, T-shirt and blue jeans and what have you, but two of his alternate costumes, One would be his Captain America-esque outfit, because I don't know why, but I'm strangely attracted to that costume. I just think that's kind of cool. And two, I would have his original old-school full bodysuit, like, as an alternate costume. Like, granted, you'd have to change up. Like, granted, you would have to change up the skin tone, and a little bit and whatnot. But then you could also have an alternate costume that I would just name trench coat. And Frank would have, like, a little ponytail, and he'd wear, like, his trench-coated look. Even add, like, a little bit of a scruffy beard. It's like, no,
Yeah.
that's just...
Yeah, the gritty Garth Ennis look.
Yeah, I mean, that... But it's like, yeah, definitely want Frank in there. Let's see. Ooh, actually, one that a lot of people would have liked to have seen, and I think that her powers were cool, and I was sad that stupid, like, Nano Fury from Ultimate Alliance 2 had one of her abilities, but you know what? I'm going to say it, but Firestar.
Oh, yeah. Angelica Houston. Oh, yeah, she would work.
Justice. You could also put Justice in there.
Vance Estrovic is actually one character I would love to see playable. I think his powers are pretty cool.
Here's somebody, Darkhawk.
Ah, yes.
Chris
But
Powell.
But you know who's actually another character? A character that every time I actually look at this character, it's like her power set wasn't much in Ultimate Alliance 1, but in number 2 I would flush it out a lot more. But of course, you know, definitely one of the many women that actually makes me attracted to brunettes, as silly as that sounds, but Jessica Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say Rana Spider-Girl.
Actually, I would have her probably.
And not just that, like the other, like Toxin, Carnage, Venom, throw all them in there. 'Cause why the hell not?
Oh, I mean,
Anti-Venom, you know, I think that'd be a cool idea.
Night Thrasher.
Night Thrasher is definitely another one.
Opie Brown.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Prowler,
Yes, I would love to see the Prowler in
Silver Sable.
Yeah.
Sable
Yep.
would be awesome and cool.
Let's see. Ooh, actually, one that would be a pretty cool semi-playable villain, although some of you may find it a tad bit weird that I would pick this character, but Max Dillon.
Electro?
Yeah, I think Electro...
I mean, hey, they had the Scorpion and
You know,
and Matt Mysterio as villains.
you know, I would actually like to...
Well, actually, as a playable villain is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Not bad.
One character I would actually like to see playable. This is sort of a different character. He's basically like a monster. Actually, two characters now that I think about it would be like either Man-Thing or Werewolf by Night.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
Man
no,
Thing. I would like to see Man Thing, like, to explore, like, the more weirdness of the Marvel Universe.
Actually, you know what? I'll go one step further, Ian, but actually, instead of Man-Thing and Jack Russell, why not Michael Morbius?
Yeah, you could throw all of them in there.
Yeah, you could have like a Marvel Monster Squad or something.
Actually, you know what? That would actually be cool.
Yeah, have a Marvel Monster Squad with like Morbius, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, Ghost Rider.
That would actually be cool. You know, put Ghost Rider and then just put Marvel Monsters. You know, that would actually be a pretty cool like team.
Did we say Hercules yet?
We did actually. Well, we said it without, of course, this recording.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hercules. Damn it! If they're gonna put Thor in there, they definitely need to put Herc in there. That didn't make any sense in Ultimate Alliance 2 to me.
Speaking of Thor,
And Ares. I was going to throw in Ares as well.
Oh yeah, Ares. People came up with a whole ton of movesets for Ares.
Speaking of Thor, this is actually one character who doesn't necessarily have to be a playable character, but I would like to see him in the story and as an actual interactive NPC. But Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Beta Ray Bill. I didn't think we were actually recording when we talked about that.
Well, we didn't actually record it. Well, we didn't actually record it, but I'm sure a lot of people would at least want him as an NPC.
How about Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Valkyrie would be another. It would be like another NPC-esque character that could probably work. I mean, playable-wise, if they can pull it off, if they can make it something special, then yeah, definitely go for it. But I can picture her more as like an NPC character.
I would actually, you know how they did the whole thing where in the first two games where if a character could fly, you just have to hold down the Y or triangle button twice. Maybe they could do that for a Brunhild, and when she flies, she could summon her horse, and her horse would come out of nowhere, and she would fly on it.
Well, then again, the same thing could be for my next pick, which is for a lot of people, it'd be an obscure character, but I actually want to see him in the game, but Dane Whiteman.
Oh, yes, I would love to see Black Knight put in there at some point.
If not him, then definitely Betsy Braddock's brother, Captain Britain.
Yeah.
Or Simon Williams.
Wonder Man.
More of the young Avengers like Hulk. I don't know, more of the younger characters like Hulkling, Wiccan.
Yeah, Patriot.
Yeah.
Stature.
Yep. Speed. People like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Well, it could be... Let's see. Sitting here trying to... Damn it, now you're making me yawn. Stop that! But... what was another one that I was thinking of? There's literally the possibilities are near endless for heroes and villains that could possibly be playable.
I could have one suggestion that you probably won't like, Steve, but
I swear if it is Star Fox.
No, it's not Star Fox, but it's actually MODOK.
Good.
Oh my god.
MODOK?
Anybody but him.
Yeah.
Of course.
How about characters that are more they are human? They don't look human, like Tigra or somebody like that.
There's no way in hell I would pick Star Fox.
Tigra would definitely I would actually love to see Tigra.
She's a former Avenger. Greer is cool. I like Greer. I have a lot of respect for Greer.
Former West Coast Avenger, actually, right?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? You know who's actually a character that I would actually love to see now that I actually sincerely think about it? But I want to actually see Sam Wilson as a playable character.
Falcon! Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what? A lot of people I'm sure a lot of you are like, really? You're gonna pick the black guy that talks to birds? Yeah, why the hell not? It'd be awesome. He could have one attack where he can summon Redwing, and Redwing can just dive bomb at someone.
Or Redwing comes with a flock of eagles himself.
I mean, it could be like Batman's Bat Attack in Justice League Heroes. You could have Sam do a telepathic command and have all these birds just swoom and attack him.
I could see that.
Either that or have one attack where he'll have the hard light harness, and he could actually have a part where he just does this move where he flies back and he shoots a couple of hard light-esque little feathers at the enemies, almost kind of like a projectile attack.
Yeah, kind of like the Vulture does.
Exactly. It's that could probably work.
I'd like to see it bring back Mark Spector.
The Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, baby.
Bring back that character from the first game. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
More villains. How about
Hood.
Actually, you know what? Actually, Absorbing Man could actually work, but it's like, what would some of his attacks be, though?
about using that big mace he carries, that big wrecking ball?
Wouldn't he have, wouldn't he, I know he would be able to use the big mace, Chris, that's obvious, but I'm talking about, would he have, what would be, some of, the element abilities that he would have to use, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Honestly, I would make Absorbing Man more just like a regular villain that you face in the game, because I think trying to make him actually playable would be...
Yeah, that would just be way too complex, because there would be all...
Yeah, that's what I really meant. I didn't mean by playable.
You're talking about, villains that we actually would want to face in the game.
Yeah. There would be, a pause in the combat where Creel would just touch a different thing, then he would absorb that substance, and then you'd go back to fighting him.
Yeah, that could actually... Yeah,
just how they did, with Great Gargoyle, how he was,
Great Gargoyle would definitely be, a good sub-boss, a good mid-boss. Curse could be another one.
I was going to say, what about some, levels, you guys playing on?
Actually, I think Curse could be, a playable character, since he's actually more like a heroic character than a villain.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah. As far as levels go, definitely...
Savage Land.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Savage Land.
The Savage Land would be good.
And where you can friggin' fight against Sauron and all the different mutates.
Ooh, you know what? You know what, though? It's actually one base. Since we had Stark Tower, I think it's only fair, since we had Stark Tower, that the next, first central hub of the game is the Avengers Mansion.
Wow, that'd be great. See, I got another place where how about Manipur?
Manipur?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember. What exactly was Manipur again?
It's an island country right outside of, in the Marvel Universe, right outside of Japan.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, that would actually be a cool place to visit.
I was going to say Bavaria, but I think they used that in the second one.
Yeah, they kind of did. Unless you're talking more in the village.
Yeah.
The village.
I guess Genosha you could do,
they did Genosha in X-Men Legends too, though. But then again, maybe you could have a part where you have to help Magneto stop, an uprising in Genosha, or an invasion or something.
Genosha, Genosha's already ruined, so you just have to...
Technically, since it's more like a cosmic-based game with more cosmic events, then probably it would be more like you'd be on different alien planets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe...
Actually, I just thought about it. One great hub, it wouldn't be a place that you would fight, but one great central hub, if we're going to do if we were to do a cosmic part of that, Asteroid M.
Okay.
Think about it. Magneto, if he's a playable character, he could actually lend Asteroid M as a base for all the heroes and villains.
Oh, so basically you want interactive backgrounds and stuff
basically I wouldn't say interactive background, Zip, but if you want to look at it in that sense, then yeah.
How about the Baxter Building, or that could be a first...
You know what? That was originally going to be the actual hub instead of Stark Tower in Ultimate Alliance 1, and that actually would be cool, especially since you would see the Fantastic Car in the background, and you could be able to interact with Herbie and stuff. Not little robot, midget robot Herbie. I mean supercomputer Herbie. And I think what would be great is as like a little interaction, you could see like Ben Grimm pumping iron, and then when you go to talk to Ben, he just like puts the bar back on the weight deal, gets up, and just like is sitting there in a sitting position as he's talking to you. Like I don't know why that thought comes to me, but I just thought, if you're in the Baxter Building, it would just be fun to see like Ben, just pumping, just like sitting there, just like working out and stuff.
Yeah.
I think what would be great too is that you would see like Johnny just like fixing a hot rod, because it's like Johnny was like a big like mechanic-esque character back when he first debuted, so that would be like a nice little neat deal to how he began, how he was like a kid mechanic, so you could see him like maybe working on a sports car, just like washing it or something. Like you would see the FF doing what they naturally would do on their time off when they weren't saving the world.
Yeah, like Reed would be working on a new crazy ass device. Johnny.
Exactly. You would see Reed just like like tinkering with something, or like in front of a computer, like stretching his arms, kind of like in Ultimate Alliance 2, that little hub sequence in Wakanda. You would see Sue in the background. You would actually see Sue with Franklin and I forget their daughter's name.
They had a daughter? I thought it was just Franklin.
You talking about Sue and Richard?
Yeah.
Sue and Reed?
Yeah.
Because I haven't been reading Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four. Damn, what's the other one? I have to look it up.
Yeah, but they have like I think it would be cool is if you could actually talk to Franklin Richards. To me, I just think that would be cool. Like ask him questions like, like one of the questions would be, what's it like having Reed Richards as your father? And just have him go, it's really boring. All he ever does is work. Like just have him completely trash his dad.
Oh, wait. I think another cool villain, speaking of Franklin Richards, they could bring in Onslaught.
No.
Oh, man.
That would have to be the main villain of the game, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
And you know what? Actually, I think at some point you could visit the X Mansion, and damn it, Patrick Stewart needs to be the voice of Charles.
How about,
got him
man,
to-
I don't know why, but nobody ever talks about this too much. How about Alpha Flight, man? Bring them back in the game.
Alpha.
Now we're getting somewhere.
The original Canadian superhero team. Dude, actually,
What are they? Yeah, because
Sasquatch, I think he'd be a pretty awesome playable character. Because I think Sasquatch, he's just as good of a scientist as like Hank McCoy, isn't he?
Pretty much. Yeah.
He's just as smart as a guy like Reed Richards or Hank McCoy.
He's an old friend of Bruce Banner's.
Yes,
Oh.
he is that as well. I just now remembered that.
I think what would be a cool interaction, like surprise interaction, is that actually I think what would be a great surprise interaction, and this may be somewhat completely out of left field, but John Walker, I think it'd be cool to see U.S. Agent or Super Patriot or whatever name he would go by in the game.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, like maybe have a slight interaction with him.
Have a boss battle against like the leader.
How about
That's another
Saw?
villain. Yep, leader.
Or you could actually have a boss fight between Madman.
Oh, or Madman, the Samuel Stearns' brother, or Dormammu. He could be a villain in the
Dr.
game.
Voodoo, that's another character I like in there.
Yeah, Brother Voodoo would be
Or
actually
Brother Voodoo,
okay.
because he's not the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's dead now anyway.
He was never the Sorcerer Supreme to me anyway. I like
Yeah.
the decision that they made for that, but no. Steven will always be Doctor Strange to me, and Voodoo will always be Brother Voodoo. to me.
So, closing thoughts?
Actually, we've still got a little bit of extra time.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit left. We're just now passing the 10-minute mark here, so, pretty much, I guess, within the last 5 minutes or so of the video, I guess, actually, you know what, yeah, we can probably do some closing thoughts, like, I guess closing thoughts are, like, what would be some, I guess, let's see, we've talked about worlds, we've talked about heroes, we didn't even talk about any playable villains, but then again, I'm sure you guys can come up with some interesting ones in the comments section. But
maybe we could discuss, like, all the different plot points we would want for the game or something.
Yeah, like what would be some plot points? Like what are some twists and stuff like that you guys would definitely be intrigued to see?
Well, definitely, of course, pushing the lesser known to the front line. Like, have them have some really cool and heroic moments. Like, ooh, who the heck is that? Like, you know, that'll make the people who don't read the comics go, who the heck is this character?
It would definitely be cool. It would be cool if, like, say you find out that the Brood have populated, like, the moon, and you go to fight them, and then there's this one point where your characters are trapped, they're about ready to be, like, assimilated into the Brood, and then you just see, like, this energy blast, and then you just see Richard Rider just, like, float up and just sit down, and it just, like, sit there, and he stares at your characters, and he, like, blasts you free. It's like, to me, that would be an awesome entrance for Nova.
Yeah, that would be sweet, and then it would just turn out that the Brood were unleashed by the Beyonder who was working with Annihilus and Blastar, so to serve as a distraction, so that Annihilus could, like, recruit the Beyonder to find Kang, so that Kang could go back in time in the negative zone to find all the Tyranids and bring them all to the present and create a new annihilation wave. And then he would actually try to fuse all the Tyranids with the Brood genetically, so you would fight a whole bunch of monstrous Brood Tyanin hybrid monsters. Wow, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Imagine how I feel.
Holy shit.
I mean, just, holy shit, dude, you just did that. I can't even form vowels.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
You just, like, pulled that so far out of your ass that it's like, I don't even know if we can come back from that.
Dude, Annihilus clones fused with the Brood. How awesome would that be? That would be sick.
Yeah. I can definitely see something like that going down.
That would actually, it's so, I believe, as you said, with my Black Dynamite Luke Cage crossover, that's so retarded that it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome. That is awesome. Although, I guess, yes, like they could, yeah, like the Brood, Kang, the Beyonder, Annihilus, like they would all contribute something to the plot.
All right.
Oh, wait. And the way that they would actually fuse them is if they used the help of the High Evolutionary.
Okay, if this is not being made into a video game, damn it, this better be made into a comic book, like, event.
Hell yeah, it should.
Something.
Alright, Penny, for your thoughts there, guys, in closing here, because we're just coming up on the 14-minute mark.
In closing, I hope Raven decides to make another one.
I really hope that Activision allows for a bunch of Marvel Comics writers to pen a really creative storyline for a third game. Zip?
Oh, yeah, pretty much the same. I really hope this happens, and, yeah.
My closing thoughts is that simply I think a lot of the ideas that we've all scrounged about, including Ian's, somehow like acid PCP tripped, like, I guess you can say, like, premonition. Honestly,
down.
down. Yeah, you need to write that down, dude. Anyway, guys, leave a comment in the comment box below. Questions, subscriptions. Be sure to tell your friends, all that good stuff, and we are all out.
Later.
Peace.